My 34th birthday was supposed to be a celebration, a relaxed evening filled with friends, family, music, and laughter. Spent the entire week preparing for the party at our home. My wife, Emily, insisted on handling the invitations, the music playlist, and the decorations. She told me she wanted it to be a night I would always remember. In hindsight, she was right, just not in the way I had hoped. The house glowed with soft, warm lighting. Guests arrived with smiles, and for the first hour, everything felt flawless. I genuinely believed I was surrounded by love. Emily looked incredible in a deep blue dress that fit her perfectly, moving through the room like she owned the moment. I loved seeing her that way. She laughed easily, chatted with everyone, poured drinks, and made sure the night flowed smoothly. I felt proud to call her my wife, but there was one detail she hadn't shared with me. She had invited her ex-boyfriend, Jason, by accident, or so she said. When I saw him walk in, relaxed and confident, smiling as if he belonged there, my stomach tightened. Still, I trusted Emily. She brushed it off, said it was nothing, that they were just old friends. I should have listened to my instincts right then. As the music grew louder, someone suggested a slow song. Couples drifted into the living room, laughing and swaying gently to the melody. I was talking with two guests when I realized Emily wasn't beside me anymore. I scanned the room and froze. There she was, right in the center of the dance floor, dancing with Jason. Not just dancing, but holding him close. His hands rested on her waist. Her arms circled his neck. Her head tilted in that familiar way she used to look at me. My heart dropped so fast I thought I might collapse. It was my birthday, my house, my wife, and she chose him. I stood there, numb, as guests pretended not to notice. Some whispered, others turned away, awkwardly. I heard someone murmur, "Isn't that his wife?" Emily kept dancing, smiling as if I didn't exist. When the song ended, she didn't come to me. She laughed at something Jason said, still holding on to his arm. That was the moment something inside me broke, not rage, but clarity. I didn't confront her. I didn't make a scene. Didn't ask a single question. I walked down the hallway, grabbed my keys, and quietly left my own birthday party. Without a word, the cold night air hit my face, and strangely, it felt like relief. I drove, without crying or shouting, just hollow. The humiliation was too heavy to process. All at once, I stopped near a quiet lake, sat on a bench, and stared at my reflection. In the dark water, how had I become the man whose wife danced with her ex at his own party? For the first time in our marriage, I realized I no longer recognized Emily. About 30 minutes later, my phone buzzed nonstop, calls and messages. First from friends, then from Emily. I ignored them all until a text came from my best friend, Mark. "Bro, you need to come back. Something just happened. You're going to want to hear this." My chest tightened. Didn't know what he meant, but I knew it wasn't good. When I returned, the house was in chaos. Guests were arguing. Emily was crying. Jason was gone. People stared at me with wide, uneasy eyes. Mark pulled me aside and said, "After you left, Jason tried to kiss her right in front of everyone. She slapped him so hard the music stopped." I stared at him. "She what?" "She slapped him," he repeated. "Then she started yelling that she never wanted him there." But it gets worse. Another guest had overheard Jason earlier, bragging that Emily had been calling him for weeks, saying she was unhappy, hinting she might want him back. He claimed she was the one who invited him. When he tried to kiss her, he said loudly, "You said you missed me." Half the party heard it. That's when everything blew up. Emily broke down, crying, insisting it wasn't true, begging people to believe her. But the damage was already done. Everyone had seen her dance with him. Everyone had seen me leave. Now, they watched her unravel. When she finally came to me, mascara streaking down her face, she whispered, "Please don't leave. I never meant for this to happen." I didn't yell. I didn't insult her. I asked one question. "If I hadn't walked out, would you have stopped dancing with him?" She froze. No answer. No excuse. Not even a lie. That silence said everything. I walked past her and began gathering my things. She grabbed my arm, sobbing, apologizing, saying it was just a dance, that she never meant to hurt me. All I could think about was how her smile only disappeared after she saw me leaving. Not during the dance, not before, only when the consequences arrived. I said calmly, What you did tonight wasn't a mistake. It was a reveal that shattered her. She collapsed onto the couch, crying uncontrollably while guests stood nearby, unsure what to do. Some offered comfort. Some whispered that I deserved better. For the first time in years, I believed them. I didn't go home. That night, I stayed with Mark. Emily called until 4 in the morning, leaving voicemails filled with regret, excuses, and desperation. The truth was simple. She wanted attention, validation, and drama. And she got all three, just not the ending she expected. By morning, my decision was clear. I needed distance. I needed clarity. And I needed respect, something she hadn't given me. Days later, Emily admitted she had fantasized about feeling young again, and seeing Jason made her reckless. But recklessness that costs your partner their dignity isn't harmless. It's betrayal. Today we're separated. And every year, when my birthday comes around, I remember the night she chose to dance with her past, and the moment I chose to walk toward my future.